So I've done a long stretch out and then arms in a T, pulling heels up to the bum, dropping knees side to side for a few repetitions, for a few breaths, starting to loosen up your back. But if you want to stay still just for another 3 breaths maybe, feel free to do that. If you are doing the windscreen wipers with me already, then you might want to bring the top knee towards the opposite elbow to take the lower back stretch further slightly, but very carefully, avoiding actual pain. It should be a loosening sensation, maybe slight discomfort, but generally it should be a nice feeling. Couple more breaths. I'm doing one more each way. Once you're back to center, with a few shoulder bridges, we switch on the hamstrings. Bring the heels up to your bum again. Knees are pointing up to the ceiling, arms by your side. Scooping the tummy, peeling the spine off the mat, vertebra by vertebra as you inhale. And peel your spine back down onto the mat, starting from the top of your spine, vertebra by vertebra as you exhale. A few more times. If you tilt the pelvis just before you start lifting your bum, you should feel more in the hamstrings and the glutes, and that is what I'm looking for. One more time. And stay up on the top of the movement. Hold for a sec. Make sure the knees are pointing to the front of the mat. I've got the feet hip distance. Drawing belly button in, scooping the stomach. Spread the fingertips and maybe scooch them towards your heels. You should feel your shoulders coming away from the ears. Chin off your chest. You've got a long neck. And let's bump the hips up to the ceiling for 10, 9. Quite a little movement, but you're squeezing the glutes, and you should feel something in the glute muscles in your hips, not in your lower back. Once you've done the last one, stay still and hold. And if you think your lower back will be fine with that, see if you can lift the heels off the mat and just hold still. The knees are still pointing to the front of the mat. Try not to drop outwards. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm placing the heels onto the mat, scooping the tummy, peeling the spine onto the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Give them a hug and rock from side to side. Massage your lower back. I'm extending the feet up to the ceiling so I can massage the back of my legs, the hamstrings that I've just worked on. Holding onto the back of your legs, pull your shoulders up high, crunch up. Start feeling the stomach muscles working by pressing the lumbar spine onto the mat. I'm going to bring the ankles above the hips. Dropping the belly button towards the lumbar spine, lifting shoulders high and making sure the neck is not suffering. So maybe make a little double chin. Reaching the fingertips towards the back of the mat. And see if you can drop your legs a few inches as you inhale, whilst you're still pressing the lumbar spine onto the mat. As you exhale, bring the feet above the hips. Bend the knees slightly if you need to. Inhale as you drop. Exhale, bring them back. We've got 3 more repetitions if you want to take it further. I'm lifting the arms towards the ceiling, maybe bicep to ears, but I'm not lowering the shoulders. Exhale, closing the body. Twice more. Inhale, press the lumbar spine into the mat. I'm shaking in the stomach muscles. Exhale, close. And I've got one more here. I'm starting to feel the stomach muscles loads. And then bring the knees into your chest. and roll up into a seated position. You might want to roll onto your side first. Cross the ankles one in front of the other. I've got the right foot in the front, but we are going both ways. Sit up tall, take a big inhale. And exhale, walk the hands to the front, keeping the tailbones rooted to the mat. And drop your chest, your head forward. You should feel some stretch in your hips. I feel it in my right hip, where the foot is in the front. Sit back up slowly before we change the legs. I'm twisting over to one side, so draw up the spine long. Twist one way, fingertips behind you. And on the top of your knees as you look over your shoulder. Come back to center, other way. Draw the spine long. Use your exhale to twist. Back to center. I'm changing the feet. I've got the left foot in the front this time. Sit up tall, take a big inhale. Exhale, walk the hands to the front. Drop your head and shoulders. Make sure the sitting bones are staying flat. And you should feel the stretch in your other glute. I'm feeling it in my left. Notice the difference between the two sides. One side is normally a bit tighter, so you might feel it in one side more. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just different. Sit back up, couple of twists again. I'm starting on the second side, but it really doesn't matter. Draw the spine up long as you inhale. And exhale, look over the shoulder. Back to center. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, look over the shoulder. And then once you're back to center, find yourself on all fours. Coming to the middle of the mat. You might want to push the feet to the side. I'm just going to turn around. And then once you stack your shoulders and your hips, let's do the wrists straight away. Circles to the front. You always have the option to take it further. And if you step the fingertips further forward, you might be able to take the circles into bigger ones, sitting through child's pose one way or the way. Make sure you get to the wrists. You might feel the hips here, the knees. If this is too much, just stay with the little circles. And I'm doing one more each way. See what feels good. And then back to cat and cow on all fours. I'm keeping it longer, looking up, inhale. Exhale, look down. And again, you can do the same if you want to sit into child's pose. And going through a rounded back, dropping the hips into cobra. Please be very careful. And then going back and forth. Make sure you're rounding the back at some point so you're stretching the back muscles. And I'm doing one more again. It's just a little bit further than the cat and cow. Let's see if it suits your back. But make sure you're breathing. This is my last one. Let's push up into your first downward dog. So again, reach the fingertips to the front if you haven't done it yet. Push your bum up. And then once you're in your downward dog, pedal the heels out. Loosen calves and hamstrings. Find your static downward dog for a breath. On your next inhale, ripple forward into high plank by lifting your heels, tucking tailbone, finding the core muscles. As you exhale, drop your knees and sink onto your front. Press the feet into the mat. Let's do mini cobras. I'm keeping the hands by my rib cage, elbows pointing to the back. Inhale, lift with a long neck, feeling back muscles working. Exhale onto the mat. Plenty of press into the heels of your hands, and make sure you're pressing the feet into the mat as well. For the last two, I'm lifting the hands off the mat. I can't come as high, but I'm using mainly my back muscles. This is optional. Inhale, lift, and exhale, come onto the mat. Push back onto all fours, onto hands and knees. Stack the shoulders. A bit more work on the glutes. Neck is long. Find neutral spine by drawing your belly button in. Let's push the right leg to the back, straightening the right knee, flexing the right foot, leveling the hips. Find a straight spine, long waists, both sides. Left fingertips to the front, finding spinal balance. Press into the right heel of the hand. Make sure you're not collapsing into the right shoulder. You're actually pressing into the hand. Draw the belly button in. Let's push the right foot out to the right side of the room and the left arm out to the left side of the room. It's going to be quite interesting. I'll keep looking at the mat. And once you've pushed your right leg out, the right glute is burning here. Hold, press into the right hand, lift the right foot higher. One more breath here. And come back to center, spinal balance, and bring them onto the mat. I'm going to turn around so I've got enough space. And let's do the other side. Left leg goes back, flexing the left foot. Straightening the left knee, finding the neutral spine. Long neck, press into the heels of your hands. Right fingertips to the front, find the spinal balance. Just think about it a little bit. Try not to sag your tummy and your ribcage towards the mat. Let's push the left leg out to the left, right arm out to the right. Once you've got to the maximum, hold. Lift the left leg higher, push into the left heel of the hand. Point them back to center, to the front and back. Hold the spinal balance and bring the hands and knees onto the mat. Push up into downward dog, tug the toes. Give it a little stretch here. Walk the feet to the front of the mat. Just going to turn around again. Feet hip distance once you're there. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward. Round your back as you slowly come back up. Once you're standing up, sweep the arms up. Inhale. Long stretch towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sweep the arms around. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Let's just stay here a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward. With more stretch in the hamstrings. Gentle bend in the knees. Do that twice more. Inhale into long back. Setting up your lower back, keeping it safe. Exhale, forward. One more time. Inhale, lift. Halfway. And exhale, forward for the last time. Let's stay here. I'm hugging the back of my knees, but I'm bending right knee more. Swinging my hips to the right. And I'm going over to the other side, bending left knee more, swinging the hips to the left. I'm hanging the head. I'm checking that my neck is soft. No pressure on it, just side to side. And I'm feeling the loosening in the hamstrings. Come back into another halfway lift. Please do it slowly. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. I'm just stepping. Feel free to hop anytime. Inhale, prepare to push forward. Chaturanga is coming up. I'm dropping the knees. Again, feel free to do full ones. I'm doing chin, chest, exhaling. Press the feet into the mat. Inhale, cobra upward dog. And find downward dog in your own time. I'm still going through child's pose, and this is always a good option. Once you're in your downward dog, bend both knees generously. Turn your knees over to your right and let the hips drop to the left. Hold in that side stretch position, arms are straight. Come back to center, turn the knees to your left, drop the hips towards your right. My left side is stretching. Come back to center, one more each way. And then the other way. And come back to downward dog. Find a static stretch. Inhale, look to the front, bend your knees. Exhale, make your way to the front, feet hip distance. Anytime you want, hop it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Round the back and come into a standing position. Slowly rolling the shoulders out on the top. Sweep the arms up, inhale, long stretch. Squeeze your glutes if you want to give it a slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sweep around, reach up, standing cobra, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, unless you're ready for a chaturanga straight away. I'm taking my time. Inhaling forward, exhaling, dropping through chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or upward dog, depending on what's in your practice today. And exhale, let's meet in downward dog. Hold for another breath. Inhale, lift the right heel behind you, keeping the hips square. Three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to the right tricep. Try your best to push your weight forward and tap the knee to the tricep. Inhale into three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow across. And you either stay in a star pose by dropping your right knee under the right hip, or straighten your right leg out to the left side of the mat to go into a fallen triangle. Left heel flat, lift the left arm and hold. Lift the bum a bit higher. If you're in star pose, just stay here. If you're in fallen triangle, see if you can drop your right hip towards the mat just the once. Inhale, drop, and exhale, power back up, lift it high. Left hand on the mat. Push the right heel back up into three-legged dog. Take a big inhale. This time open the hip on the top. Stack. Lift the right heel high. And bend the right knee. Pull the heel into your bum. Hold. Straight arms. If you're ready to have a go, I'm doing wild thing. But I'm taking it slow. Lifting left heel. Come onto right fingertips. And flip the dog. Right foot lands, and I'm dropping the left hip just to prepare everything. Circling the right arm around, pushing into the right foot, and lift your hip. See how far it lifts. It's early on. Take your time. Maybe point the right fingertips to the front of the mat. Come back into three-legged dog, right hand down. Push the right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, replace your right hand with the right foot. Help with the right hand if you need to. And let's find an easy twist. Right arm up. Stack the shoulders. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades. Bend the right knee slightly more and straighten the left knee more. Feeling the front of your left hip. See if you can drop your left knee, untucking the left toes. Dropping the hip lower by bending the right knee more. Dropping the right knee outwards towards the right side of the mat. And point the right fingertips towards the back of the mat, towards your left heel. And you might feel more of a stretch in your hamstrings. I'm lying. The hip flexes on the left side. Press into the left heel of the hand to open the heart up to the ceiling. Come back into easy twist, tucking the left toes. Lift the back knee, reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Hold. And circle around into warrior two. I'm circling the right arm to the back, whilst flattening the left heel on the mat. Followed by the left arm going to the front all the way around and stop in a T shape, warrior two. Bending right knee, turning left toes towards the left side of the mat. Shoulders back, bend your knees, tuck your pelvis, make sure your shoulders are above the hips. Reverse the warrior, flip the right palm. Start reaching up, and I'm resting the left hand on the left thigh. Feel the bend in the right side. Hold for another breath. Bend the right knee more. Make sure your right knee is above the right ankle. One more inhale. Exhale, side angle. I'm starting with the right elbow on the right knee. If you have the block with you, you can put the block on the inside of the right ankle. I'm reaching left bicep to the ear to extend the side angle. Pressing the left, the outside edge of your left foot into the mat. Bend the right knee a bit more. Beautiful. Going into triangle pose. If you don't have a block, I'm putting the right hand onto the right shin whilst reaching the left arm up to the ceiling. Once I'm there, I'm turning the left hip and shoulder up to the ceiling. Bend your right knee. Come back into warrior two. Take a big inhale. Going through 5-pointed start by straightening the right knee, turning the feet parallel and reaching the arms up. Dive forward onto the mat, wide-legged forward fold. Having the block under your hands is always a good idea. Or try and bring the hands onto the mat, even bringing the hands in line with the feet. And gently pull, with slight bend in the knees and turning the tailbone to the ceiling. If you're quite bendy, you might not feel the hamstring stretching. You might not feel the inner thighs, but that's okay. Turn the tailbone up and you're still strengthening the hamstrings here. We've got 4 side lunges. I'm starting on the right side, walking the hands over, turning the right toes out, keeping the right elbow on the inside of the right knee, sitting down again. Blocks under the hands is good, and you take it as far as you want. See how you feel. Make sure you're feeling the inner thigh stretching, no pain in the knees, and your left knee should be straight, whether your left foot is flat or pointing the left toes up to the ceiling. Walking through wide-legged forward fold, hands to the middle, bum up high, rearranging the feet, walking to the left side. Can you see how far you want to sit? Make sure you keep the left elbow on the inside of the left knee. Preferably keep the left heel flat, but if it comes off, that's okay too. Push the bum up. Wide-legged forward fold. Let's do one more each way. Very careful on the knees and take your time to track the right knee and the right toes. Might be able to sit lower already. I'm still keeping the hands on the mat. Some of you might be able to take the hands off, but still pressing the right elbow in the knee. No rush. Bum up high. Walking over wide-legged forward fold, sitting over to the other side. Left heel flat if you can. And try your best to sit lower. Back into a wide-legged forward fold. Turn the feet parallel and fold one more time. You should be able to fold further. Turn the tailbone up. Drop your chest lower. Let's hinge up with a flat back. Bend your knees, straighten that back, and hinge back up. 5-pointed start. Take a big inhale and turn to the right foot into warrior two again. Exhale, lengthen the stance if you need to. Open the chest, right knees in line with the right ankle. Reverse the warrior, right palm up, inhale. Exhale, plank position, high plank, cartwheel the hands down, and I'm pushing the right foot back, already hovering it. Later you can turn that into a 3-legged chaturanga. For now I'm dropping the knees. You can always keep that knee off. Take a big inhale to go through that press up position. Exhale, I'm going chin, chest, and then I'm pressing both feet into the mat. Inhale, cobra upward dog, and exhale, downward dog. Take your time and choose the options that work for you. Hold for another breath. Feel the stretch in the shoulders. Still keeping your knees slightly bent. Lift the left heel behind you, 3-legged dog, keeping the hip square. Left knee to the left tricep. Push your shoulders above the fingertips. Tap the left tricep. Push back into three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, left knee across to the right elbow. Again, star pose with the right knee. That's the left knee underneath the left hip is good. Or if you want to, open up into fallen triangles, extending the left knee out. Right arm up, finding that side plank position, fallen triangle. Stay in your star pose if you're there. Or try and drop the left hip towards the mat as you inhale. And exhale, power back up. Right hand on the mat. Push the left heel up, three-legged dog. And open on the top this time. Stack the hips. Bend the left knee. Straight arms and hold. Wild thing, I'm lifting right heel. Come onto left fingertips. See if you want to do it with me. Flip the dog. Land the left heel. I'm dropping the right hip. Circling the left arm around. And when you're ready, lift up. See how much you can take on the shoulders. It's early days. Left fingertips towards the back of the mat. That's the front of the mat. Three-legged dog, left hand down. Left heel up. Take another big inhale. Exhale, replace the left hand with the left foot. Stepping forward into runner's lunge. Left arm up, easy twist. So we start twisting the back straight away. Hold. Bend the left knee even more. Straighten the right knee even more. Stack the shoulders on top of each other. Drop the right knee with me if you can, untucking the right toes. Drop the left knee out towards the left side of the mat so you can sink the hips lower. And reach the left fingertips to the back of the mat. Maybe look towards the left heel. That's my right heel. Press into the right heel of the hand and open your heart up to the ceiling. Back into easy twist. Tug the back toes. Lift the back knee as you reach left fingertips to the ceiling. Cartwheel the hands back, the left hand going back. Right heel flat, warrior two. Right fingertips to the front, cartwheel around. Stop the arms in a T. Sink into the left knee. Turn the right toes to the back of the mat. Let's reverse, left fingertips to the sky. I've got right hand resting on the right thigh. Left side of the core, the body stretching. Keep bending the left knee. Side angle, left elbow on the knee. If you're coming with me, use the block on the inside of the left foot. And right bicep to ear, I'm extending the side angle. Turn the right ribcage up to the ceiling. Look up at the armpit. Turn the right hip up to the ceiling. Triangle pose. Left hand on the shin for me, or the block, or the mat if you're ready. Reaching right fingertips to the ceiling. You're still turning the right hip up to the ceiling. You're not dropping towards the mat. The crown of the head is pointing towards the front of the mat. Bend the left knee. Hinge up into warrior two. And then straight into five-pointed star, straightening the left knee. Reaching arms up, turning the feet parallel. Inhale. Exhale, dive onto the mat. Straight into the four side lunges. Going to the left for me first. So I'm going to the front of the mat. Sitting lower, maybe playing with the hand positions. You might be able to put the hand to heart center, but pressing the left elbow into the inside of the left knee. Pushing back up into wide-legged forward fold. Bit of bend in between, a bit of fold. Sitting onto the right heel, turning right toes out. Tracking knees and toes. Playing with the hand position. Some of you might be able to open already, or any tricks you've got in there. Make sure you're stretching the inner thighs, no knee pain or hip pain. Wide-legged forward fold, bum up. Feet parallel here for me. And you've got one more each way. Take your time. I'm still keeping the hands on the mat as I'm walking over. Feel free to use power, maybe less hand on the mat. Think about straight back. Think about strengthening the back muscles. That was so beautiful. Bum up, feet parallel, little fold in the middle, and over to your right. Choose any hand position you want to play with. Good, very nice. And I'm going back into wide-legged forward fold. I'm going to be here for a couple of breaths, so you have plenty of time to come around and meet me here. Take it further if you can. Some of you might be able to reach behind you, turning the fingertips behind you and pull gently. Five-pointed star, bending knees, flattening back, sweeping the arms up. Inhale, exhale, turn towards your left foot, warrior two. Reverse the warrior, left fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel down, three-legged plank, pushing the left foot to the back, and I'm hovering it. Feel free to do a full press up or come with me. Inhale, push the weight forward. Exhale, right knee on the mat. Chin, chest. Press the feet into the mat. Open up cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Hold it for a breath. Hold it for a stretch. Bend your knees, look to the front. Inhale. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Give those hamstrings a little stretch. Bring the fingertips onto the mat. Bring your feet all the way together, so the big toes are touching. Getting ready for a chair pose. First, give it a halfway lift. Inhale. And exhale, forward one more time. Round your back and slowly come into a standing position. We are doing some balancing. I'm making sure there is a bit of space in front of me, feet together. Roll the shoulders out. And then reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's start with the chair pose. Bring the arms by your side. On your next inhale, sit the bum back, sweep the arms up. Squeeze the knees together. That's really important that the inner thighs are working. Long back. Tuck your belly button in and squeeze. Hands to heart center. Twist to your right and press the left elbow into the right knee. Making sure again that the knees are together. Lengthen the back and twist. Point the right elbow up to the ceiling. See if you can straighten your elbows. It's taking the twist hopefully slightly further. If not, keep the hands together. Keep squeezing knees. Don't let the right knee glide to the back. Bring the hands back to heart center. Turn to the center, sweep the arms up into chair. Take a big inhale as you exhale, stand up into stalk. Bring the right knee into the chest. Oh, that should be a relief on the thighs. Hug the knee in. Lift it high and then lengthen through the back. Maybe straighten the left knee if you can hold the balance. Standing pigeon. I'm pulling the left heel up to my right heel up to the left groin. First, just dropping the right knee downward. That might be enough. I've just lost my balance. If you can, sit your bum back and sit down into standing pigeon. I'm reaching the fingertips to the front of the mat. And find the glute stretch in the left side. That's your right side. Sweep the arms behind you. Take a big inhale. Feel the back muscles working. Flat back. I'm not hinging forward. Exhale, sweep the arms up. Do that twice more. Inhale, sweep back. Exhale, sweep up. Keep sitting down low with a flat back for now. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Hands to heart center. Stay here or bend your left knee more and hinge forward from the hips. I'm putting my triceps onto my shin. My left elbow is above my right foot. See if you want to reach the fingertips to the mat. If not, keep the hands together. One more breath. And stand back up. I'm starting with a flat back. Back into stalk. Arm up this time. Lovely relief on the left leg. Flexing the foot, right knee comes up high. Keep the right knee high, interlace the fingers in the back. Let's start opening the chest. Yes, my left foot and calf are burning. Open the chest. Stay upright. Warrior 3, I'm keeping the hands together. Pushing right heel to the back. And find a straight line on the top. Flex the right foot towards the mat. Lengthen the crown of the head to the front of the mat. Level your hips. Squeeze the right glute. And maybe straighten the left knee if it's there. I promise you we're almost there. Half moon pose. Good time to grab a block. Left fingertips, I'm releasing the hands, are coming to the mat. So I'm going to open my body out to the right side. Reach the right arm up, stack the shoulders and hips on top of each other. Flex your right foot out to the right side of the mat. I need to draw the belly button in to have the balance. And my left calf is really burning. Almost there. I promise you we're almost there. If you want, bend the right knee and see if you can grab the right foot with the right hand from the inside. That might not be there. But if you manage to do that, press the foot into the hand. I've got more stretch in the front of my right hip and the left hamstrings. Release into half moon. And let's go back into warrior 3. I'm bending the left knee to protect the hamstrings. Level the hips. I'm reaching the fingertips to the front of the mat this time, bicep to the ears. See if you can straighten the left leg. Straight body line on the top. Hold. Step into a long lunge, bend the left knee. Land the right foot in the back. Sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Frame the front foot, and now I'm really burning in the left thigh. Drop the right knee onto the mat. Sit into a half split. Straightening left knee. Turn the left toes up. Don't stop here, we are moving. Bend the front knee, keep the right knee on the mat. Sweep the arms up, crescent moon. Inhale. Exhale, half split. Sit back. Do that 4 more times. Come forward. Sweep up, maybe a slight back bend. But make sure you're engaging the core. Half split. Oh, keep sending the left hip to the back. I've got 2 more. Left hamstrings should be warm. Half split. Send the left hip to the back. Feel the left hamstring stretching. Guys, we've got 1 more. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, half split. And we're going to stay here. Hold the stretch, hold the stretch. Now, if you've got the blocks, good time to have a go with your split. Don't worry if you don't have the blocks. You can do exactly the same without the blocks. I'm sliding left heel out. I'm keeping the right toes tucked under. Squaring the hips. And see how far you can slide out. I'm not particularly worried about squaring the hips. So if you feel you're turning out and that will slide you into the split, brilliant. Otherwise, come back, just square the hips, lift. If you don't have the blocks, maybe fingertips down and fold. The main thing is you're taking the hamstring stretch further, wherever that is for you. Think about straight left knee. So if it's the half split, it's the half split. And hold it for 4. Hold it for 3. And hold it for 2. And the last one, very slowly come up. I'm dragging that left heel back, finding that runner's lunge. Removing the blocks. Hands flat. Push that left heel back into a downward dog. Walk it out. Stay here or flush it out with a chaturanga. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog in your own time. Look to the front, inhale. Exhale, make your way to the front. I'm sandwiching the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. I can still feel my left hamstrings. That's all right, that will go away. Let's roll up all the way into a standing position. That should be nice. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the arms and let's do the other side. I'm just going to turn around. Feet together. Inhale, chair. And exhale, hold. Long neck, drawing belly button in. Hands to heart center, twist to your left. Press the elbow into the knee. On your next inhale, lengthen the spine, making sure the knees are staying together. Again, notice the difference between the two sides. Lengthen the back. See if you want to straighten your elbows. If you're collapsing into the shoulders too much, you might want to keep the hands together. Keep bending the knees, keep lengthening the back. Hands back to heart center. I'm pressing into the knees one last time. And slowly sweep up into chair. Inhale. Exhale, stand up. Left knee comes into the chest stalk. Hug it in. Shoulders away from the ears. Standing pigeon. Left heel comes on top of your right thigh. Staying here is good. We'll start sitting back. Arms to the front for me. Bending the right knee. Start feeling the stretch in the left glute, which is actually really lovely right now. Sweep the arms behind you. Inhale. So we feel the back muscles working. Exhale, biceps to ears. Twice more. Inhale. Make sure the back of the neck is staying long. Exhale, sweep up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, sweep up. Hold. Hands to heart center. Bending forward from the hips. Maybe triceps on the shin. The right elbow is staying above the left foot. See if you want to touch the fingertips onto the mat. Hands to heart center. One more breath. Oh, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Release the knees up to your chest, arms to the ceiling stalk. Interlace the fingers in the back. Open the chest. Warrior 3. Push the left heel to the back. Find a straight line. Flex the left foot to the mat. Level the hips. Draw the belly button in. Straighten the right knee if you can. Release the hand, half moon. Right fingertips onto the mat or on the block. And stack the shoulders and hips. Open the body out to the left. Left fingertips to the ceiling. Left foot pointing out to the left side. Drawing the belly button in is always very helpful. See if you want to bend the left knee and grab the left foot from the inside. If you do have it, press into the hand. Release into half moon. Going back into warrior 3. Tricky bit. Bending right knee for me. Leveling hips. Sweeping arms to the front if you can. Oh, maybe straighten the right knee. Now that's really working on the hamstrings. Draw that belly button in, hold, and step into a high lunge. Sweep the arms up, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge, frame the front foot. Oh. Drop the left knee. Sit into half split. Straightening right knee. Using blocks straight away might be quite helpful. Bend the knee, sweep up into crescent moon. Maybe slide back bend if you're ready and it doesn't hurt your back. 4 more times. Split, half split. Keep lengthening the right hamstrings. Crescent moon, lengthen up to the ceiling. Draw the belly button in. Stretching hip flexors here for me on the left side. Strengthening the back of the shoulders. We've got 3 more. Half split. Crescent moon. As you take it as far as you want. And we are coming up to the last 2. And this is my last one. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, half split. Just to hold this slightly longer. And you have the option to stay here or grab the blocks and practice your split. Don't be afraid of it, even if it doesn't look the way you want it. As long as you slide it out, you find that position where the right knee is straight and maybe fall towards it if it's there. And you feel the hamstring stretching, you are taking it further. Whatever it looks like, don't be scared of it. Find that stretch. And hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. And hold it for 1. Push back up into runner's lunge. Oh, bending the right knee. I'm placing the hands flat on the mat. Pushing right leg back into downward dog and pedal it out. Pedal it out. Push your weight forward into high plank. Take a big inhale. Exhale, find yourself on your stomach. Untuck the toes. Let's do a locust. Draw shoulder blades together. Fingertips pointing to the back. Thumbs are pointing outwards, so the palms should be facing the mat. Straight elbows and lift the back of your hands towards the ceiling, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. Try and look at your mat. Press the pubic bone onto the mat. Draw the belly button away from the mat. That's quite hard to do. Squeeze your glutes, straighten your knees, and then lift up into a full locust, lift the legs. The lift is coming from the back of your shoulders, your glutes and hamstrings, not your lower back. So keep sending the tailbone to the back of the mat. Pubic bone pressing onto the mat and draw the belly button away from it. One more little squeeze in the shoulder blades, in the glutes. One more little lift if it doesn't hurt your back. And come onto the mat, relax. Bring the hands under your shoulders. Push into child's pose. Take a breath or 2 if you have the blocks. Make sure you have them for puppy so you can put the elbows onto the blocks. And I'll take you through the option in case you don't have the blocks. Now let's get ready for your puppy. If you're coming with me, tuck the toes, hips above the knees. Walk the hands forward. I'm keeping the hands flat. Keep the hips above the knees. Drop your sternum through and tuck your tailbone under and hold straight elbows. If you're using the blocks, you're putting the elbows onto the blocks. You're still trying your best to keep the hips above the knees. Hands in a prayer position. You drop your sternum through and you bring your thumbs onto the back of your head. Keep tucking the pelvis, whichever version you're choosing. Hold it for another 3 breaths if you can. But if your arms are straight, you might feel you're shaking loads. So maybe sit back earlier into child's pose. Main thing is feel the front of your shoulders. I'm feeling my armpits stretching. You shouldn't feel it in your lower back. And then very slowly come out of the position. Very, very gently and slowly. I'm sitting back into child's pose. We won't be here for long. Bum back, I've got knees together, dropping head and shoulders, arms by my side. Find yourself on your bum. I'm just pushing the feet to the side, sitting the bum in the middle of the mat. Let's do one boat pose. I'll give you the option here, and that's where I will start as well, to have the fingertips behind you. If you lean into the fingertips, I will point my fingertips towards the heels. Sorry. Bend the elbows, lean into the hands, and draw the belly button in. I'm going to start with the legs in tabletop. You might find this is enough. If you struggle with any back issues, please be careful with the next bit. I'm crossing the right ankle over the left. I'm widening the knees, trying to straighten out, keeping the legs in a scissor, draw the belly button in, and try and touch the knees to the shoulders. It's a tricky one. Bring them in. Extend out. As it's extended, not too low, cross the other way. As you exhale, try your best to touch the knees, takes my breath away, to the shoulders. Let's do one more each way. Extend out one more time. I'm going to put the feet together. Draw the belly button in. See if you want to come into a boat pose. I'm releasing the hands one by one. It might be too much to stay on the fingertips. For 3, 2, and 1. And that's it. Feet flat. I'm just going to scooch forward. Scooping tummy onto your back. Oh, nice relief from the tummy. Give it a long stretch. Oh, it should be nice. Let's open the hips. I'm grabbing a block or a pillow. You don't have to do that. You have the option to push up into a shoulder bridge. Interlace the fingers, lift your bum up and squeeze the glutes. You can start with that, and then you can put the block or a pillow under your tailbone, not the lower back. Whichever way you want to put it, and just rest your bum on it. If you make sure that it doesn't hurt your back, maybe straighten the legs. And what you will get here is that your block is pushing your hips up to the ceiling, and it releases the tension in the front of your hips. If the block is too high and you feel that there is some pain in the lower back, think about dropping the belly button towards the mat. And I'm feeling the stretch here. If not, stay in shoulder bridge and just breathe. Take one more breath. And I'm gathering the knees, the heels up to the bum. Lifting the bum again, drawing belly button in. Removing the block. And then drawing the knees into your chest. Rock side to side to massage your back. Let's twist the back one more time. Choose your own option. I'm drawing the knees into the chest. Dropping them both across to my left, whilst I'm sending the right shoulder blades flat, and I'm helping with the left hand to pull the right knee across. Look over your right shoulder and feel the stretch in your lower back. If you have a different spinal twist, feel free to go for that version. Option here, straightening the right knee maybe, and grabbing the calf or the ankle to stretch the IT band. If that's too much, just keep the left hand on the right knee. Make sure your right shoulder blade is still flat. And relax the muscles around your lower back and your hips. Let's go back through center. I'm bending right knee first. And very slowly drawing the knees to the center. Take your time. Drop them over to the right side. I'm just making sure I've got space. Once you're there, you can always help with the right hand to put it on top of the left knee. Look over your left shoulder and try your best to keep the left shoulder blade flat. See if you want to straighten the left knee. See if you want to grab the back of your left shin, your calf, your ankle. Keep looking over your left shoulder. Bend your left knee first and coming back through center. Massage your lower back. And roll onto your side. Bring yourselves into a seated position. And we take 5 long breaths. Then we do the next stretches. I sit on a block. See what you need, where you feel good. Lock spine. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the chin up, inhale. Exhale, drop the chin. And roll your head one way. Please take it slow. Feel the entire neck. Change direction. Once you're back to center, keep your eyes closed. Lift your chin slightly so you can breathe. Your airways are open. If you can, turn your palms up to the ceiling. Just rest them on your lap, on your knees. Draw your spine up longer. Release the shoulders away from the ears. And take 5 long breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Keep your eyes shut once you've done the 5th one. Put your palms together, bring them to heart center. Drop your chin, bow your head. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.